Hi, this is Alan with Interview Success Formula, and I want to talk about something that should be common across your resume, your cover letter, your interview answers, and your elevator pitch, namely numbers. Numbers are one way to prove that you're the real deal, and they can seriously change the outcome of your job search. Let me explain how. So here are some typical examples of phrases that individuals try to use in their job search, and where numbers make a huge difference to their overall effectiveness. The first is improved company sales. So how much was sales improved? Was that $500 or $5 million? By 2% or 20%? The difference between those can be the make or break difference in getting the job. What about this one? Revitalize the school, resulting in improved academic performance. Now, did students' achievement improve by 1/10 of grade level or 2 whole grade levels? Did graduation rates improve by 1 student or 100 students? It's hard to see what the impact is based on this quote alone. What about this one? Implemented stroke recovery best practices, expediting rehabilitation. So did the stroke sufferers recover 1 day faster or a whole month faster? Did they return to 60% of their pre-stroke functioning or 90% of the pre-stroke functioning? As you can tell, adding numbers makes your arguments a lot more persuasive. You move from being vague to being specific. More importantly, you move from seeming like a big talker to looking like a big doer, someone who produces results. Put another way, if you leave off these numbers, it's like leaving off a grade point average for a recent high school or college graduate. A hiring organization can only assume you're a C or D level performer. That means average or below. So let's make sure you look better than that. Now, if you're like many people, you probably have some good excuses for why not to include numbers in your resume, cover letter, and job search. These are something like, numbers don't really apply to me in my field. It's really hard to quantify. And even where they do apply, I don't know what the right number is, and I'm not going to say something that's dishonest. Let's dive into each of these and see what they're about. First, numbers always apply. You just have to recognize how they can. For instance, let's say you worked in a nonprofit that educates consumers about avoiding debt. Here are just some of the numbers you could include. How many people were on your team educating these customers? How many events did you host to educate them? How big was your total budget? How many people attended these programs in total? How many people received your literature? For those people where you do know results, how much did they reduce their debt by, or reduce their interest rate on debt? As you can see, there are a lot of numbers you could use. Yet, you may still not be sure that this applies to you because you're still thinking about that other really common reason, and that's just, I don't know what the exact number is, so I'm not going to say anything. Alright, so here's a novel approach I want you to try. You guess. Now, not just an out-of-the-blue guess. Rather, you want to give your best guess at what the right amount would be. An amount that if an interviewer asked you about it or pushed you on it, you'd feel like it's pretty accurate. Something that you could actually feel comfortable defending. So let's look at this example. Let's say you decided to participate in a 5K race to raise money for breast cancer research. Now, you were part of a team, so you don't know exactly how much money you were personally responsible for. But you do know that it was somewhere between $5,000 and $1,000. Definitely more than 1,000 and definitely less than 5,000. Probably somewhere in the middle. So you could either say you raised over $1,000 or raised around $3,000. Now, either number helps your audience to understand the scope of your accomplishment. Alright, so now with that in mind, what are some other ways you can use numbers? One is the level of participation, like these. Hosted over 500 conference attendees from 4 countries, led an 8-member team, or received over 400 signups. Another one is duration, like a month-long project or a 5-year strategic plan. Next is percentage changes. Decreased processing time by 10%, decreased customer returns by 20%, and responded to customer calls up to 3 times faster. Then there are before or after comparisons. Went from 20% to 65% of students reading at grade level. Moved from 60% on-time deliveries to 85% on-time deliveries. Improved from 1 help desk call per hour to 3 per day. So wrapping up, take a few minutes to review your resume, your cover letters, your elevator pitch, and your interview answers. And look for opportunities to add numbers. These numbers will prove that you're a doer and not just a talker.